Hey guys, I'm Mike Gameday back here for another video. Guys, EA released today their official full video of the Gameday experience, where they go ahead and go more in depth about the Gameday experience. So let's go ahead and get right into this. Let's break this down and take a look at what they're actually saying. So obviously this is an all access look, and it says first off, dynamic Gameday components. We have Gameday atmosphere, Gameday momentum, and next gen stats, star driven AI. So I will say one thing I do talk about in this video is that the movement is a lot better in next gen, and that's 100% true. I cannot in any way, deny EA have done a really good job of making next gen a lot better movement wise. I'm not saying that overall they've done the best, but it definitely is okay to decent. Now I will say this is something that we see right here, which is actually something I really homed on to when I talked about next gen, was the fact of how realistic it is. This might be a little small thing, added to it, but this is added to the realism, and they do go ahead and show off the fans as much as humanly possible. They show off the sidelines, they really show off the presentation, and they make it feel like a real NFL game. And I will say one thing: if you are playing franchise mode, this is actually a big thing. If you're not playing franchise mode, you're playing Ultimate Team and, obviously online, then this is nothing and this is pointless. And this will be added to those game modes too, even though, it wouldn't really matter anyway. But EA does not really care about that. They're just trying to make it as realistic as possible. And that's the whole goal. Gameday atmosphere. That is the huge thing they want to go ahead and add. New crowd animations, super fans, updated broadcast packaging feature with next gen. So pretty much first thing we'll talk about here is going to go ahead and be, we have momentum driven sideline reactions and new celebrations. So number one, they went ahead, and as the weeks go on, they will have updated stuff on what's happening in your league. Super fans, trust me, there's some crazy fans out there when it comes to Madden now. New crowd animations. Pretty much plain and simple. The crowds actually care. Like, the crowds used to be like this: number one, we're number one. Now they're like throwing crap in. It's actually pretty cool. Momentum driven sideline reactions. Obviously the sideline actually cares, although I wonder if they fixed the glitch where the sideline walks on the field. That was actually a glitch that used to happen. New celebrations, obviously. New touchdown celebration, all that kind of stuff. Now, we actually looked at this yesterday, but this is more of an in-depth look at, of course, the momentum factors in the game. So starting off right away, you see check down, line, I think it says, lined in, or line mic in, and check down. So let's go ahead and break this down. So first off, we have check down. Home team quarterbacks has trouble seeing non-check down receivers. Okay. The away team has infinite stamina during plays. So obviously that's for the Giants. Now for the Eagles, while winning home gains more. Okay, I think this is just weird spelling. While winning, home gains more momentum and away gains less. Home team has infinite stamina during plays, and away team quarterback has trouble seeing check down receivers. So again, like I said, this is all momentum factors. Obviously, if you're winning the game, you're going to have a better chance to win. You're pretty much, locked in and have a better chance. Game day factors, it says bogged down players can run slightly slower than normal. Well rested players fatigue slower than normal. So let's go ahead and talk about this. Obviously the kicking, yes, the kicking in the win actually matters now. If it's a 5 mile per hour win, it might go 5 miles per hour to the right, but also can we also keep in mind the fact that they actually have the field goal missed? Like, before this even is a thing, they actually missed the field goal, so it's not a big deal. This is something that's interesting. So right here we have momentum legends. So some of the home team receiving icon are hitting pre-play. So you guys can see that we have this guy and this guy who are hidden. Their actual player item or the player buttons are hidden, so you can't see them. Home team had trouble blocking. So talked about this before, but rattle the line and nerves will go ahead and actually impact you a lot. Home team acceleration slightly faster. So I talked about this before. Faster players on the field because of the fact that they are the home team. And yeah, it's not looking amazing, I will say that. So here's all 32 teams and what their thing is. Trust the system, so obviously they won't be able to fumble the ball for Baltimore if something happens. Turf wars a couple of times. We have unstable ground. We have who dat, who day. The 12s, bear down, Colts up, dog pound, deflected, down, wild, Duval, fire cannons, go pack, go, and so on and so on. So every single team has their own momentum, factor in the game, right? They all have their own momentum things in the game. So right here, when you score a touchdown, it says prediction problems enabled, hide the ball spot indicator for the home team. So when you score touchdowns, you are, theoretically speaking, penalizing the other team. We talked about this yesterday about the 12s unstoppable on nerves. Also, the kicking being different in Madden 22. Right here is another thing with next-gen stats. You will see like the air distance and stuff like that. Honestly, when you're running the same play like most people will be 100,000 times in a row, you don't really care about, like the next-gen stats of air distance and how fast players are running. If this was a realistic game where people ran different plays, it would be a lot bit different. All right, so powered by next-gen stats, stall-driven AI, quarterback decision-making under pressure, quarterback passing aggressiveness, quarterback passing success on the run, ball carrier tenderness around breaking or evading tackles, quarterback time to throw, and quarterback scramble and more. So obviously, yeah, they're making it more realistic. That's pretty much all that is. And it's going to make it harder to pass the ball. To make defenses are going to be more OP, running the ball will be more OP, and obviously, that's pretty much that. All right, next thing we have here is player movement updates on next gen. Max effort animations for all players when running at top speed. More response control for quarterbacks to and from scramble. Signature releases and cuts for receivers in route running. More control when turning up the field after a catch, and contextual intelligence in tackling. So the players will actually know how to tackle. I will say this, okay? Just skipping through the rest of this here. Pre-order on A17, whatever. I will say this, okay? This is not bad. None of this is bad. Okay? Obviously, the home field advantage, all that crap, I don't really like it too much, okay? That's not realistic. That momentum crap, all that crap is just turning this game more into an arcade simulator, okay? That's what I will say for that point of view. But outside of the momentum crap and the home field advantage, whatever, the actual core principles that they covered in this, the next gen AI, quarterback passing, the tackling being better, the movement being better, that's all welcomed things to the game. And I hate to say this, but I'm going to have to say this. If this game was a game that was a realistic football simulator, where people didn't run the same play every single play, and you might say, well, EA can't do anything about that. They can. Because there's actually a house rules in Madden 21 that makes it so you can only run 3 plays at max in a whole entire game. You can only run the same play 3 times in the whole entire game. They could fix it so you can't run the same play every single time. They're not going to, because then people wouldn't play it, because people don't want to be handicapped. They want to be able to cheese and do whatever they want to do in a game and not have to play real football. So at the end of the day, I saw a comment, someone commented, say, what do you expect from a football game, right? And I guess I kind of expected more of a simulation, but now we're turning it more into an arcade game. And this is how it works. Next year will be more arcade-ish, and this will appease to more people, I feel like, who are just wanting to have fun in the game and not really care if they win or lose, right? And it will cause a lot more people to quit games. A lot more people won't play the whole entire game because it just simply is not worth it to play, especially if you get down by a lot and let's say 2 touchdowns, and then, your receiving icons go away, your players aren't that fast, stuff happens to you. It incentivizes people to quit. I don't know how I feel about all this, but it's definitely a dynamic game day experience. I will say that. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.